Ladies and gentlemen, WhatsApp is live right now. We are actually on the go. Galaxy Television, WhatsApp, are on the go. So head on to your iOS store or Google Play Store for those who use either iPhones or Android phones and download the Galaxy Television mobile app. This will help you watch us from the comfort of your houses, churches, shrines. I don't know where you guys who you worship these days. Anyway, from your private jets, good stuff, and enjoy the show. We have sports, we have entertainment shows like this, we have a women's corner, we have the buzz, so many things. Now, traveling to the east kind of messed up with my tongue, so I've been pronouncing things in an Ibotic way. I stayed in a hotel, people. You know what the hotel is? Asia Fakego. When I was telling the bike guy, get total crazy. I have news for you guys, but don't worry, I'll give you the bits and pieces probably later on. Ladies and gentlemen, help me and WhatsApp. As a matter of fact, welcome to the studios this very beautiful morning. I call her Ruth. Gabby, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
How was it getting to the office? For me, it's office. For you, it's studio. My own is work. This is work for me. But how was it getting here? You came in very early.
Yes.
That's beautiful. So you came. I like people who do that a lot because, I was going out yesterday with a friend and I kept shouting, "Man, you gotta be early. You gotta be here." And when the person came to the house, I didn't take him back. But I was like, "I want to be men." Now, I was brushing my teeth. No. I don't ready, and then that's how it was. So you're looking fabulously beautiful. I love what you're wearing.
Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome again. So, ladies and gentlemen, quickly let's tell you about who we do have in the studios this morning. Ruth Gabby is a singer and songwriter. Her name is Irabo Obehi Ruth. The last time I heard that name was when I was schooling in Benin. All right, she was born on the 1st of March in Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. A singer and songwriter whose career has spanned over 5 years since she started releasing her own songs. That's very beautiful. However, she's been writing since she was 10 and has honed that skill ever since. That's a very beautiful one. A prodigy is who we have in the beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Ruth is an indigenous of Ishan West. Some people say Ishan, all right, paternally, and Benin maternally, both tribes in Edo State, Nigeria. Of course, you guys knew that. She completed the primary, secondary, and tertiary education at Day Spring, Columbia Academy, and School of Nursing, University of Benin Teaching Hospital, respectively, in Benin, and went for BSc in nursing at Ladoke Akintola University, Ogbomoso. Ruth is currently working as a nurse. She likes to choke people injection. All right, while pursuing her musical career, and that's something we're going to have to talk about as well. And she's been writing over a decade now, and she's now released 3 songs since 2020. Names of songs include U-Turn, So Much, and Fingers Crossed. She was part of the talented songwriters recruited by Music Business Africa for the 2021 class. She's also collaborated with older artists like Kevin Asai on the songs Home to You and Falling, which she sang recently live in Johnny Drew's concert in London. She hopes to write more soul-touching songs for herself and other artists, producers, and expand her craft in sync placement opportunities. So I've spoken too much about the very talented musical artists we have in the building this morning. So we'll be getting to know just a few stuff about her. So this is the part where you loosen up. All right, this is what I do, like Mary Madali. Well, you have to express yourself so that your fans, you're going to gain new fans today. That's the truth. So I'm not going to drag you. I'm not going to stress you. I hate stress. I'm just coming from a trip, so I'm very tired. But the truth is, the show must go on, and I'm here for everyone. So carry your body down, enjoy yourself. This interview is for you. You came here to chop life, so loosen up and enjoy yourself. All right. Yes, you've been writing songs since you were 10, and that's how your profile said. And I want to ask, what was Little Ruth like back then when you were always scribbling lyrics in school notebooks? How was it for you then when you started? You started at 10.
Yeah.
Around that age, I remember I was playing the drums, but I was using all the Milo kum suffered in my house. Then there's a way I used to carve out stuff from I don't want to call the name of the insecticide. At the end of it they'll say kills insect dead. That's the name of the insecticide. That's the theme of, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And then I'll make stuff, I'll make cymbals, I'll put slippers with stick and pedals for a jerry can. I people in that compound, they are till now, I'm sure they have ear problem because I finish everybody. So for you, Ruth, writing songs and singing and composing at the age of that time, how was it for little Ruth growing up?
Well, it was an amazing time. Like you are young and your mind is like you can do anything, right? You are creative, and then I listened to songs from Barbie, from cartoons, then
Wow.
from the you will hear songs from the radio also, as you have Hannah Montana. Yeah, so
Yes.
when I heard these songs, I had the mindset that I could create this. For me, I felt like it was very easy to do from a young age. So I've always been doing it, and yes, my family heard it. Like I'm always singing, and I'm happy that I had a family that could encourage me to do that. My dad would always say he's proud of me. Oh, sing that song again, and all of those. And
Oh,
my siblings would be like my choir. I teach them the song and all of those, and I'm happy that I had that experience.
that's a beautiful experience. I'm coming from where you are coming from. A whole lot of people will not encourage that, especially music, and that's why a whole lot of talents have been lost. Now, moving on, balancing nursing and music sounds like a movie plot. All right, what's a day in your life really like? Nurse, musician. Sometimes they say music heals the soul. I'm going to talk about some of the very beautiful things you do whilst you're working. But nursing and music, how are you able to balance it to make sure that there's no lacuna? You're not leaving one side, abandoning one side and going for this one, or going for this one and abandoning this one. How do you do it?
Well, for nursing, I've been a bright kid, so nursing was actually a course that my mom chose for me. I wanted to do something like physics because I love math, but nursing was,
You love maths?
yes, I love math.
Ah,
So I was a bright kid. So
thank
nursing
God.
was
Thank God we're not
something.
in the same school. Voila for day. Yeah, you for dragam. I hated maths, by the way. Sorry for cutting you short. So I would have brought you closer to me, but anyway, go on.
Okay, so nursing was something that my mom chose for me, and fortunately for me, I found it quite easy because it wasn't as stressful. It doesn't take most of your brain power. Actually, what nursing takes more of is your heart, your ability to stand strong. You have to be like standing up and down, up and doing, and you have to have these people in your heart, like you want to take care of them and make them get better. So that's how I entered nursing and all those, and I love nursing to be able to be that for people. Those, but music is my. I'm first a musician before I was a nurse. I mean, yeah, coming from Nigeria, they want you to have something to do, something to fall back on. As parents, when you tell them that you want to do music, they will not. They'll feel like that's small. Do something else that you can always have a plan B. So I appreciate my dad for
Mm.
making me do that with my life. But I've always been a musician. As I said, I started from a very young age, and so balancing the two, I work Monday to Friday. Then usually weekends is for my music or whenever I'm at home. But music has a spirit. It comes to you anytime.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always ready with my sound recorder on my phone and a biro and a book somewhere. I have a lot of notes where I write different things and all of that. So that when I have the time, I can go back and get the song done.
I love that. Yes, you dropped songs like since 2020, U-Turn, So Much, Fingers Crossed, all right? And if I'd ask you this question very pertinently, which song feels the most you right now, and why? Which one describes Ruth in all her entirety, and why?
Unfortunately, I don't think any of them feels like most me right now, because those songs were songs that I've written like when I was in like school. Like one of the songs like 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So Fingers Crossed, which is my recent song, was written about a year ago. So I'm very very different from the person I was a year ago. So yeah, I have lots of songs on my catalogs, and anyone I feel like is ready to go, just with it. So I have that song coming out.
You have other songs coming out.
Yes.
When do you think we are expecting an EP by Ruth?
That I'm not sure, but I do know that different singles will come out.
Now, these songs that you've brought out, how well are you promoting them?
Okay, I am learning more on promotion.
Promotions.
It's definitely not my forte.
It's the darnest thing, I tell you.
Yes, but yeah, I'm using social media, and then again, there's something like arts. Yes, I want to go into that and learn more about that.
Have you tried radio?
No, I haven't.
You should. That's like the number one way to get your fans.
Okay.
It's not just social media. Your fans need to sing, hear your song, and be able to. Okay, I was somewhere. I was at a party yesterday at Agogi on the island, and it was a kiddies party, 5-year-old, for a 5-year-old. But we the adults were in the apartments outside. The kids had their thing. Now songs were being played, and they'll say, okay, they'll play a beat for you, and they'll say you should sing any song, or they say, okay, we'll play this song for you, and you have to sing it word for word. Now, Sheyi Vibes is a very good artist, but I don't know how to sing his songs. I work on radio, and I'm privy to a lot of radio stations, so I get to play his songs. But all those pick one, pick two, Sheyi Vibes, I don't know how to sing anything. But there was one boy. In fact, not him, a group of Ajebo children, they were singing Sheyi Vibes song word for word, and we're all in the apartment, and all the big guys and the uncles were asking us, the children, they sing all these songs like this. We can't do that. So that's where you get your fans. Yeah. So they hear, they hear those songs on radio, and they hear them being played, and their ears are sharp. So they start grasping.
Yes.
And then they hear a lot of that. So you should do well to make sure that you do promotions on radio as well.
Because when my influences like Adele, definitely first from the radio. So yes, I very much agree.
Talking about influences now in Nigeria, and we're going to talk about a few of those. Most influences I have for media, I have just about a few. I'd say the first one is WHATZUP, Eco FM, where I work as well. She's actually a very huge mentor for me. Mrs. Olabisi Omidire, they call her Double O on radio. She's very popular. She's actually gone in for the OAP of the Year award, all right, at the Africa Awards for Lagos State. It's a very beautiful one. She's exceptional. Now, what I'm telling you this is, she's one of my biggest influences when it comes to radio. I grew up watching and listening to her. All right, she started close to 20 years ago, and I had to follow up. But aside that, for you, let me go back to me. When I listen to how she has her style and her range of versatility is something I've taken point from. So if you look at the way I do my presentation and hers, it's similar. She can be talking now, and I'll take over from where she stopped, and there won't be any hitch. The only difference is the voice. You might say, I hear a lot of people say, Kenneth, how you sound on TV is not how you sound on radio. If you hear me on radio, you give me your money. I'm not joking. There's someone that drove in he was with his girlfriend in the car, and they were coming to the office at night to see me. I was on a night show, and she was saying, "Oh my God, who's this person talking?" I was like, "The person is in the studio now." She's like, "Please, please, please, let's not go and eat again. I need to see who this person is." So I was talking. He came into the studio, signaled to me that whatever I'm doing, I should just give him 5 minutes. And I talked and gave him 5. And she came and said, she was looking at me like this. It's like, I said, "This is the person." Can I just sit and listen? It goes on and on like that. I got trained very well anyway. From shout out, kudos to the Nigerian Broadcast Academy in number 1 Fajiri. I think that's Fajiri Street in GRA Keja. A whole lot of people who say they want to come into media, they should actually go there for training. Which brings me back to you, your influences for music. Mine, I love R&B and soul. So I'll tell you, there's Backstreet Boys, there's Kelly Braxton, there's R. Kelly, there's Celine Dion, there's Lemar. They're names of artists, underground artists that I would call. A whole lot of people have not heard of them, but they really are good. For you, if you were to talk about 2 or 3 of these influences in Lagos State, in Nigeria, outside the world, who would these people be, and why are they your influences for music?
Outside the world, which is the first I think I assimilated more with, or connected more with, was Adele. I loved her storytelling ability and the ability for her to put her emotions to her song. Then there's Ariana Grande. She has a very lovely voice, and she can go high and low and all of that. Very beautiful. Then I loved Miley Cyrus also. So these people informed me, trained me, and then I was always singing in church too. I need to give kudos for my aunt also. She would train me how to sing because she always sings tenor. She's a very good tenor singer. So she trained me with melody and all the Sissy Winer songs and all of those. So that's really influenced me in my own craft. And yeah, rock music too. Soft rock, yes.
Soft rock, that's a new one. So you really are very versatile in music.
Yes.
Do you get to incorporate all this into your music making as well?
Yes, I do. Actually, it's whatever comes at that moment. Anything can come, any genre can come. Sometimes it is soul, sometimes it is rock, sometimes it is contemporary pop. I have to start looking at it and start naming them. But yes, I'm that versatile.
I love that. So yes, money and fame. Which would you go for and why?
Money and fame.
Money or fame.
Money or fame.
Yes. Which would you go for? You have to pick one. Money or fame. Which would you go for and why? You got to think hard for that one.
I don't think I'm someone that actually loves fame personally. I think it has its own
perks.
Yes, because you can't just go out like a normal person. Everybody knows you, so sometimes some people can be rude, and you just want to go about your day, and you might not be able to do that as a normal human being again.
Yes, that's
so
true.
Definitely, I'll go for the money over fame.
All right. Ruth, Gabby says she'll go for money over fame. At some point, I think I might like the way she's towing, so I'll tow the same part with her. Gabby is in the studio. This is WhatsApp. She's telling you, or she has been telling you about her life's work, journey, singles she's put out, and a little bit of personal stuff. Now, there's something I love about this young lady, her ability to comprehend and to move between two fairs without making loads of mistake. She's also a nurse, and she has, I think she's a master's degree holder,
Yeah, I have a BS.
a BSc.
Yes.
All right. So yes, she's done that as well, and balancing that and music is not something to be trifled with. A whole lot of people can't and haven't done that. Well, for those who have, kudos to you. Let's go on this quick break. Yes, welcome back to WhatsApp on Galaxy Television. That song kind of reminds me of hmm, two people. There's Asha. If you've heard the song Bibanke,
Yeah.
then you know what I'm talking about. And then, of course, Johnny Drill, with the symphony from the guitar and all that. But these are the kind of songs that I like to. I prefer songs like this over Obule. Obule. I hate noise. When I'm out, yes, at some point you're going to have to listen to that, not to be bored out of your mind. But aside all that, I'm a very chill person. I just like to do my stuff. Which brings me to a question. When you're not working, when you're not in the hospital or in the clinic doing nursing duties, when you're not doing music, when you're not with Gabby doing music, giving us sweet melodies, how do you unwind? How do you catch fun? How do you chill?
I'm asking this question a lot, and I love to sleep. I don't know. For me, it's to rest. That is my highest form of rest. Just sleep, and you are refreshed. Then I'll come maybe see a movie.
Hmm.
Those two things.
Seeing a movie. What's your favorite movie? Or
Oh,
what are your favorite
of
movies?
all
Do you like
time.
series? My favorite movie of all time is Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings trilogy, and then we have a couple of I love Tyler Perry movies.
Mhm.
What other movie do I say I would play with? Something I can watch over and over again. Seasonal movies: One Tree Hill, Suits, Big Bang Theory, How I Met Your Mother, Raymond Reddington. I'm looking for the title of that seasonal movie now. The I can't remember. The Blacklist. Yes, The Blacklist. Raymond Reddington. For seasonals. Presently, I'm watching Wheels of Time. I'm almost done with Wheels of Time. Okay. There's The Arrow. I'm watching The Arrow as well. I like a couple of very beautiful movies, but there's one that makes me shout every single time, and that's Baobali. I don't know. Only one person killed like 32 million people. How? Fly from here to Chile. Oh, Baobali, what happened? They killed him. It's not the son came back looking like him. Indian people, they still do well. But anyway, those are my regular sets of movies that I get to watch. When I have the time. These days, I've started understanding that I'm no longer young. Once I sit in front of the TV, I can be watching something interesting. It's not like I'm sleeping. No. I will just pause it. Like I was watching. There's this stuff on Prime. I think it's called House of David or something. It's about David in the Bible, and just about where he was supposed to fight Goliath. I paused it. That pause till now is still on my TV. I I paused it. I went out, came back, went for a party, came back in the night, and I looked at the TV. I was like, "Whoa, now you know." I slept this morning when I was getting dressed for work. It was the same thing. But that's to tell you how I might get back and still not unpause it and probably watch something else. So for you, which are your favorite shows?
I think my favorite movie of all time is Three Idiots.
Oh, I love that so much. That's a very beautiful one. And
That's my favorite movie of all time. But usually I go for something like comedy. I hate
horror
horror
movies.
movies.
Oh, you had me there. I don't like horror
I
movies as
like
well.
horror movies. I can do well with action a little bit, but I love comedy. I love musicals. I'm a music person, so yes, my
Mm,
kind of movie.
that's nice. So, for the next 3 to 4 years, where do we see Ruth Gabby? Where do we hope Ruth Gabby will be? What do you think you would have achieved in that time? What is the future looking like for you from now till 4 years' time?
Now, I hope to show the world more of what I can offer. I want to be able to work with great artists, big artists, and bring out um, the songs they have in their mind. Because it's one thing to write for yourself, it's another thing to write for other people or write with other people. So I want to be able to do that for other artists, for other producers, and also for myself. I have a lot of songs, and I want to be able to show people. Also, I want my music to be used for movies, different scenes that carry the same emotions. So that's where I'm heading.
If you could feature, say, 3, 4 artists in the country, all right, we should take it outside the country as well.
Okay.
For your upcoming EP and album, which artists would you feature and why?
Thames. Thames because her music is not, it's her own kind of music. I love her music. I love her sound, especially when she started in the early days. Also, Rema. That's because also it's not the normal Afro that we hear. There is a bit of fusion in it. Outside, of course, Adele. Again, Adele. I love Adele. Then, yeah, perhaps Justin Bieber. That might be.
Hmm. Justin Bieber's cool. I love his music as well. Now, you talked about support coming from the family, home, and all that, and that was very beautiful. Now, for you, Gabby, a whole lot of people didn't get the kind of support you got. Now, a young lady out there is watching you, a new fan, someone who doesn't believe in herself, in the kind of music or the talent that she has within her. Speak words of motivation and affirmation to this person. What would you tell this person as Ruth that you are?
Okay, I would say that first of all, people would like you will get some support definitely from somewhere. Or somebody will definitely see that you have that talent. But that um, belief needs to come from you first. You need to absolutely believe that you are capable of doing this. Your biggest support system has to be you. Your biggest cheerleader has to be you. Then, of course, this may sound cliche, but showing up, showing up with consistency, you will get your results. Of course, you might not get there immediately, but the next step is also what's celebrating. So just show up and leave the rest to God.
Hmm. Show up and leave the rest to God. As we wrap up the show, are there any people or persons you'd love to give shout out to?
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's hear it.
I like to shout out to my siblings. Omoye, Favor, Ace, Blessing. I like to shout out to my mom and dad, and to my auntie Nanso, and Chibeze. I like to shout out to all Medipan and Relief. And I have to shout out to Mr. H. And also my friends, Blessing, Efosa, Princess, Amaka, thank you all for your support. And everybody else I didn't mention, I love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the love and all that. It's a very beautiful thing to know that you are doing the most to make sure that your music is out there. Before we go, also, I've always wanted to ask this question. While writing songs, whilst writing any of your songs, have you had a writer's block before? What song was that particularly? And were you able to complete that song? You know, sometimes you're doing something beautifully. Okay, for me, before I started working on radio and TV, every morning I knew one day I would be here. I didn't know where it was, but I knew one day it was going to happen. So I'll sit on my toilet seat and I'll be rehearsing my lines and everything I wanted to say while I'm brushing my teeth. My name is Orali. I'll keep doing that. You know, every morning, 6 a.m., 5 a.m., when I wake up, I would do it. And then the day came for radio. I was doing my internship and W just said, come and sit. You know, let me hear what you have to say. I just sat down. When she turned on the mic, my first words were absolutely fantastic. And then at the end of the show, she told DJ Charlie, P-Square's DJ, and Radio Duke, this guy should work with us. Are you free to work with us? And that's how my life started. You know, so for a whole lot of people, they've had that kind of challenge. But that's why I'm asking you, in terms of writing your songs, has there been any song like that that gave you too much problem to write and to finish? Which song was that?
Writer's block is something that every writer will have to face, and that is fine. But I've had a song that I've been writing for almost a decade, really. The song just comes and it goes, and I still haven't finished that song. But that does not really matter because I have like other songs that just comes and it goes, everything just goes well. So for writer's block, I don't think it's something that anybody should really care so much about. Just losing up. You go to the next song. Whenever you have time for that song, you can come back to it till the day that it finally comes complete to you. Lastly, I forgot in my shout out. I wanted to shout out to my friend who's celebrating her birthday today. Shout out to Princess Obrifo. She has been an amazing person to me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ruth Gabby, for coming through. I hope when Galactic Television and WhatsApp calls on you next time, you'll be able to come through. Thank you for sharing your life, your work, and music with every one of us. This interview is hopefully the beginning and the start for a whole lot of things that are going to happen to you musically. So I'm trying to tell you not to give up, to continue your amazing music. I'm going to follow up with you. That's how crazy I am. I'll follow up with you. If I see or hear a song that I like, I'm going to ask for the raw file and the MP3 because I'll play it on radio, and that's how it is. So thank you so much for coming. With all the love in our heart, we say we're honored. Trust me when I tell you that. All right, Gabby's still here. She's telling you, or she's told you rather, about her life, work. And, you know, Sugar Daddy of Lagos, I never mince words when I tell you that this is a star that's just been reborn again.